RWC.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the crown jewel of professional wrestling, Jim Stone, and I have a message for my new challenger, Marcus Kross. Evidently, he's been in talks with the new owner of Ring Wars Carolina, Dex Carter. So he issued a challenge to the bully of RWC. Now, Mr. Kross, I've heard about you. You have charisma, you're athletic, you have potential. But you are entering into a place where I claim domain, where I am the standard bearer, where I hold the torch, and I'm not passing it on to anyone. This is my Ring Wars Carolina. So you think you're going to waltz yourself into my home and lay down the former champion, as you like to put it, which I'm really getting tired of that word. Former is annoying. I'm the uncrowned champion. Seems as the past owner ran me ragged because I was at every show defending my title every month, multiple times a month. But yet, as soon as the new champion arrived, he beat me and hasn't been in RWC in a few months. I guess he needed a rest. Who knows? Doesn't matter. But you, Marcus, you've traveled around. You said North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. They know all about you. And they're going to hear about you. They're going to hear about the beating that I give you. They're going to hear about what Gemstone did to Marcus Kross because he decided to cross me. And don't take it personal, Marcus. I don't know you. This is just business. And the way I run business here, Jim Stone always comes out on top. So tomorrow night, Lumberton at the King Arena, you and I do battle. I'll be ready, little man, because the diamond, its shine, never fades.
And welcome back to Ring Wars Carolina BattleGrounds. We're here in the King Arena for the 24th anniversary show. Jonathan Darwin, Stephen Hensley. We got some barn burners for you. Opening this up this evening will be Hunter Raynor as he attempts to regain the RWC Junior Heavyweight Championship from James Anthony.
And following that, we're going to have a hell of a contest because our boy Gemstone is going to be wrestling against another very capable performer, a guy who's a fourth-degree black belt and a likewise accomplished championship wrestler in Marcus Kross.
And not to be outdone, Fodder puts his championship on the line against the big man, Brady Pierce. That's going to be a good one. Let's get to the action right now.
Coming to the ring first, Lumberton, North Carolina, winning Carolina's own Hunter.
And we are back with more Ring Wars Carolina BattleGrounds championship match to open up this show. Jonathan Darwin, Stephen Hensley, beautiful Lumberton, North Carolina at the King Arena as Hunter Raynor attempts to regain the Junior Heavyweight Championship from the current holder, James Anthony.
You know, John, I got to begrudgingly say that's a very nice robe Hunter Raynor has. And the only question in my mind is how does a 16-year-old kid afford a robe like that? I don't even think he has a job.
Lucky parents?
I think he stole it.
I did not steal it.
From Long Island, New York, weighing in at 170 pounds, he is your RWC Junior Heavyweight Champion, James Anthony.
You know, the folks at Hunter Raynor's high school find out that's a stolen robe, they'll probably kick him off the sports teams.
They're not going to kick him off the sports team. Aha.
They have a code of conduct.
Yeah, but I mean, that might have been gifted by somebody. We don't know that.
Look at that shifty look in his eyes. Do you trust him? I don't.
I do. And as we see here, we got James Anthony who was eliminated by Hunter Raynor in that Golden Opportunity Rumble. James Anthony thought it was going to be his year, and he did not come to fruition for him.
Well, James Anthony, a guy like that, any year can be his year. He is an RWC Triple Crown winner. Hunter Raynor, not to take away from him, he's the longest reigning RWC Junior champion at over 200+
Wait a minute!
Hunter Raynor starting this one off fast and furious. We've got a kid in the ring there. The referee needs to get him out of there right now. That is...
What?
Well, I applaud the kid's fire and desire. We got to get him out of there, man.
Yeah, he wants to take care and protect his father. What good son would not want to? But Hunter Raynor...
Then again, they let Hunter Raynor compete.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but did we sign that kid? Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
No, Dex, did you sign Isaiah already?
That's a hell of a developmental deal.
I mean, hey, man, they do it in high school.
I've heard of long-term prospects, but really,
we already got one high schooler.
What did you see?
We already got one high schooler. Why not, start at elementary?
Hey, no, nothing wrong. A second-generation superstar.
Is he in elementary?
I don't know if preschool, preschool. If my research is correct.
That's what he put on his application. I'm just saying.
Hey,
get ahead by any means. I get it.
Speaking of getting ahead by any means, what about the fact that Hunter Raynor jumped James Anthony to start this one off hot and heavy?
With a kid in the ring, but Hunter Raynor's perspective, he's on the same level as that kid.
He's not.
I mean, they're both children. Their IQ's probably about on par.
They are not, sir.
That is a
please
smart
disregard
kid.
those
That's
statements
a
by
very
Stephen
smart
Hensley.
kid.
I mean, come on, Steve. You know better than that. You got to behave with the new owner of RWC out here.
I'm surprised Hunter Raynor's boots don't have Velcro straps, to be honest with you.
Wow, that's despicable.
Big time clothesline, though, by the big boy Hunter Raynor. Leveling James Anthony, going for a lateral press, a cover hook of the leg. Nearly got it there.
I mean, Hunter Raynor, and here's the thing about Hunter Raynor you got to tip your hat to. The man is starting to travel. The young man is starting to travel. Recently showcased on the School of Morton in Tennessee. I mean, Hunter Raynor, he's willing to put those miles in. You got to give him that. Oh!
Well, Hunter Raynor taking some lumps right now.
I think we got a lot of guys in RWC that are, making a name for RWC worldwide, and that's why I really love this company.
Yeah, and trying to be a little bit humble, but myself included, one of those individuals.
Yes, sir, and we are proud to have you here, and both of you guys.
Let's not use the royal we there. People will then assume that I'm proud of him, and I can promise you that's not the case.
RWC is very proud of you, Jonathan.
Steven
I'm not going to hold that against RWC. I've still got more zeros on my paycheck. Back to the ring, though, gentlemen.
Yeah, we're seeing it now, though, as Raynor's on the outside and James Anthony following it up. What's Raynor doing out there? Forearms by James Anthony. That'll restart the count on the outside that we're seeing here.
This is another rivalry that I've seen that made me want to purchase RWC. To see these guys go at it. I believe the title exchanged at the Millstone Theater, which was a first, and that really caught my eye. So
yeah, I mean, and how often do you see professional wrestling at a movie theater?
I would say never.
Yeah. And I tell you what, that is a great partnership between RWC and the Millstone Theater, and I hear there may be more announcements on the horizon with that partnership.
I do think so. Everybody, stay tuned to our social medias, Ring War Carolinas. We got a lot of things coming, and it doesn't stop there.
Yeah, you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. Go for the penny here, too. No.
Strong kick out by Hunter Raynor. Hunter Raynor, he's been scrapping for this match for a while now, ever since Scars and Stripes from James Anthony after their tag match viciously attacked the young man. Double axe handle by Anthony.
And see, here's the thing. I've seen Anthony at his best. I've seen him at his worst. At this point, for him, it's only about championship gold. Is
it ever about anything else? Why would it ever be about anything else except for money and titles?
At one point for James, it was more than titles. It was about honor. It was about respect. It was about facing the next generation.
Literally the stupidest thing you have not only said today, not only the stupidest thing you've said this year, that's probably the stupidest thing you've said to me in over a decade. This is a tough dang sport to spend time away from your home, to put your body on the line, to not get the payday. That's number one. That's how you take care of your family. Anything else, you can put that to the side. That's why James Anthony's giving everything out there. That's why you saw the change in the attitude. You know that patient, humble attitude? You know what that gave him? Not enough. That's why you see this.
If you don't want a title in RWC, why are you here?
Well,
That is one thing I can definitely agree upon.
well, I mean, I can understand the point of wanting a title, but why not do it by honorable means?
John, stop saying dumb things and look at the result in the ring. You don't like his attitude? Tough beans, buddy. Look at what he's doing right now. Look at how he's tearing that kid apart. And I say kid because that's what he is. He's not a man. He's a talented kid. We can even call him a young man, but he's not a man. And this is a man's sport.
And at 16 years old, the youngest man on the RWC roster.
Kid, I'll let it go. I digress.
Look at the way that James Anthony is working on the right leg of Hunter Raynor.
Oh, yeah, he's dissecting that. He's taking it apart piece by piece, bit by bit, and that's a guy who does not need to stand aside and calculate how he's going to fall, how he's going to hurt that body part the most. It's muscle memory for him at this point. He just needs to move the body around. Hunter knows that, too. But, man, for everything he's got in him, for all the fight he has in his heart, James Anthony saying, no, sir, I don't get tired. I don't need to rest. You need an opening, find another opponent.
James Anthony is definitely showing why he's a champ. We got eyes on him. Future's bright for him, I'll just say that.
And it's already been bright so far. I mean, the man has been showcased on Raw and Ring of Honor. And, to the knee and the skull of Hunter Raynor. James Anthony continuing that assault.
Well, that shot to the skull, that was just for James Anthony. That's not part of the strategy, Joe. He just felt like doing that. He's not going to take his eyes off that leg. That leg is his chosen body part to destroy. That's the tool he's taking away from Hunter Raynor. That big man's not going to explode. He's not going to run across the ring. He's not going to pick him up and fly through the air with him, using all of his strength to his advantage, his size to his advantage. Now the size is the enemy of Hunter Raynor.
Oh, my! Submission maneuver applied by James Anthony.
Can we see a tap here? Can we see a tap?
Well, not just a tap, but if Hunter Raynor's not careful and he keeps those shoulders down as he's searing in pain, they could be counted down for a 3 count.
Yeah, but every time he pushes himself up, he's pushing the pressure on that knee. That knee that has all of James Anthony's weight crushing his leg on top of.
Now, you notice Hunter Raynor, they're using a closed fist, not a hand to tap, but a fist out of frustration. And I don't know what James Anthony's talking to me for. That's not going to win you any matches.
I don't know why anyone would talk to you.
That's not true. There's many individuals here who like me.
You don't see a lot of guys being very strategic in the ring, and James is known for that, and I think it's working for him.
It's a lack of focus, really. That's what James has in spades. He's using it like no other in there. Is there anyone that does it better?
No, I will concede this fact. James Anthony, one of the more mindful individuals here in Ring Wars Carolina. Oh!
One of the most explosive, too.
And James Anthony rolling him up there. 2 count, though.
That was close. That was close.
Okay, James Anthony, we're talking about being mindful. He needs to focus. He doesn't need to be arguing with referee Amanda about the speed of the count. As James Anthony comes off the ropes here and, gets caught by Raynor.
Misses with the kick. Raynor, rear waist lock. James Anthony held on but got caught with that big clothesline, giving Hunter Raynor the opening he has been hoping and praying for. I didn't think he'd get it, but James Anthony, for Hunter Raynor's sake, every now and then even a blind squirrel's going to find an acorn.
But here's the thing, even if Hunter Raynor is successful in trying to find a way to get some wind, I don't know if he can put weight on that leg to stand strong for a while.
Well, if he can't put weight on that leg, he needs to crawl over to James Anthony. We may all be the same size on the mat, but that might be the strategy if he can't stand up.
Raynor trying it, though, limping away.
He's up to his feet. Don't know if that's the right choice, but a clothesline on James Anthony, not a bad way to start off. A leaping splash, but you see, he did everything he could not to land on that right leg.
Yeah.
Nice corkscrew forearm. Took him off his feet. James Anthony getting rocked right now. But Hunter Raynor, the follow-up that he's known for, it's not there right now.
No, it's not. And he's not coming in. Oh!
There goes that leg to work.
That is a bad sign, my friends.
Oh! Super kick by James Anthony lays out Hunter Raynor.
I think that's all she wrote.
Heard it and felt it, gentlemen.
Great finds that leg. No! Wow. Even James Anthony is shocked at that.
I'm impressed, ladies and gentlemen. I'm impressed.
Again, James Anthony arguing the number of the count.
But arguing the number and the result of the count is really two entirely different things. You can feel one way, but your paycheck, the way the paycheck feels, that's what you're after, James. Focus.
And James he's coming in with that discus forearm straight to the head of Hunter Raynor.
I believe he caught him with the edge of the elbow there.
Oh!
Leaps off the top rope, nails the cutter. A lot of momentum behind that. His body weight coming down, E equals MC squared. Hooks the leg.
Wow.
But I tell you what, Raynor got it up only because James Anthony was as quick as he needed to be to get over for that pin. That was James Anthony's fault.
This RWC crowd letting James know everybody can count.
And you vetted all these referees.
We got a whole school, man. We got to make sure our refs are up to par with everybody else. Oh!
Hunter Raynor nailing the stunner there.
Yeah, but Hunter Raynor's slow. He can't even roll over on his hip.
Well, he's crawling his way over to James Anthony.
Could we have a new champion?
Two.
No.
Thought Hunter was heading to the pay window.
I thought it was. And again, Hunter Raynor having to use the ropes. But look at that. Hobbling around is Hunter Raynor. Does get the cannonball finally, though. Not as strong as Hunter Raynor's usually is.
I believe he dinged that leg on the ropes there. But he's got the pin. Nearly had it there.
Yeah, not a lot of force out of by Raynor. Not what we usually see. That would have gotten the 3.
Credit where it's due, though. Hunter Raynor frustrated, not arguing, though. He knows he's really uphill battle, doesn't do the situation justice. Everything right now not been going his way. He's got to make it happen.
Definitely hard to win a match on one leg, you know. Most people can't do it with 2.
And that's what we're seeing now, though. I mean, look at Raynor right from behind trying to put Anthony to sleep. Oh, my.
Looked like he was going for a Cobra clutch. Didn't have it cinched. Anthony, though, connects firm and well with that super kick to the head. Hooks the leg. 2, 3. That's it.
That's it. And still.
Here's your winner of the match, and still the RWC Junior Heavyweight Champion, James Anthony.
James Anthony victorious, showing why he is the Junior Heavyweight Champion. This was just not Hunter Raynor's day, gentlemen.
And don't be fooled by what you saw out here today. James Anthony firmly in control for so much of this contest, but what he made look easy out there was not an easy task. Hunter Raynor came out with everything he had, and he's a perfectly capable athlete. But today belongs to James Anthony. No arguments.
Our champions truly show why they are champion. There's no flukes, anything about it. So, well deserved. Well deserved.
And we'll be back with more Ring Wars Carolina Battlegrounds.
We gonna show up. We can't
RWC.
Jonathan Darwin here with the Playboy Alex Bryant. Alex, that victory against Victor Andrews has to feel good after so long. What's next?
Jonathan, I'm going to tell you, it was such a painful match. And Victor did everything in his power to try to break me, but if you pay attention, I didn't let him. But that's over with and done now. I've put it behind me, and now it's time for me to do exactly what I should have done a long time ago, and that's put some gold around the Playboy's waist. And it's signed, sealed, and is soon to be delivered. I'm coming for the RWC Television Championship.
Stay tuned to Facebook and Ring Wars Carolina TV on King Network TV and YouTube and see if this man's prediction comes true.
Here tonight, GB, listen to Smash the Mat podcast. The reason I listen to it because I'm an Anderson.
Hello everybody, this is Melina and you're watching Smash the Mat podcast.
Hey, this is Real Heaven of Smash the Mat podcast.
Look at that!
If you're looking for a wrestling podcast that covers the majors as well as the independents, look no further than the Smash the Mat podcast.
The very best in talk wrestling. Available on streaming platforms including YouTube and Apple Podcasts.
Also follow us on social media.
Smash the Mat.
Christian Rayo, you've been attacked by Side Effect. He gave you last rites during your appetizer match. Your thoughts as you continue to lock eyes with Side Effect?
You know, Jonathan, past couple weeks, hell, even the past couple months, I've lost my job, lost the woman of my dreams. I'm at the bottom right now, Jonathan. I don't know what to do anymore. It's like every day I want to get up and I have to fight because I'm not that kind of person. Side Effect, you issued a challenge and I'm going to answer like a man. Expect me.
Wow, we gonna show up. We can't show wow. RWC.
And we're back with more Ring Wars Carolina BattleGrounds. Gemstone here in action against Marcus Kross. Jonathan Darwin here joining you with Stephen Hensley, King Arena, Lumberton, North Carolina. And I tell you what, Gemstone, he's been on a tear in 2022.
Oh, no arguments with that. And the pedigree this man has behind him. 2 times RWC Heavyweight Champion, 2 times AIWF World Television Champion, RWC Junior Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, this was before. Okay, so Gem was always not as.
Is that truly in my notes?
Yes, at one time he hadn't gained as much mass as he has now.
What did he do? Eat one of the light heavyweights?
I don't know.
I mean, good Lord, look at that man and tell me there is a moment you ever believed he was a junior heavyweight.
That was before my time.
Good Lord.
His opponents from the tribe, North Carolina, weighing in at 180 pounds, he is the master, Marcus Kross.
And Marcus Kross coming out here, man who's been on AEW Dark, AEW Elevation. Teams with Griff Garrison, they're known as Master and Machine. That tag team has taken on teams like the Hardy Boys, the Rock and Roll Express, and one of your favorite teams, Steven, FTR.
Oh, my Lord. My favorite team, everybody's favorite team.
Yeah, I mean, lots of regional championship for this man.
But let's not veer too far off of who this guy is. This guy is a man who's a 4th degree black belt in Taekwondo. He's a 2-time national champion. He trained at Firestar Pro Wrestling. As I talked about the pedigree of Gemstone, this is a man who has it going on for him.
Especially fantastic hair.
So many titles in his history. The man's a former Southeastern champ for SFPW, a former heavyweight champ there, an Anarchy Wrestling Television champ, 2 times a tag team champion in Anarchy. as well as a Southern Fried Championship Wrestling 2-time tag team champion. So a lot of accolades for both men.
Yes.
But you know what they see when they see the other guy? Not the accolades that their opponent has. They see their future. And their future goes one of two ways. It goes up if they win. It goes down if they lose.
I'm just in awe right now with the hair and the wooing.
Oh, it's quite the coif of hair.
By the master.
Platinum blonde, that's a callback to an incredible era of wrestling. Ricky Moore and Ric Flair would both be proud of that hair.
Oh, I'm sure they would be. Collar and elbow tie up here. Strong waist now. We're going to see the clean bright gemstone. We do. But again, trying to get in the head of Marcus Kross's gemstone.
Kross, he's not getting riled up. Jim isn't in his head. That's kind of a tough thing to accomplish for anyone, to not let Jim get in your head. First off, you're looking at a monster in front of you. You're looking at an imposing physical figure, and that face, that expression, that means violence, that means not looking good for you. But Mr. Kross, he's not upset, he's not afraid, he's not jostled, he's not shaken. He's slow to approach his opponent, but it's not because he's trepidatious. Nice duck behind, nice rear waistlock transitioning to side headlock, good torque in the arm, excellent control of the wrist. See how long he can hold on to it though. Very strong opponent, lots of vertical leverage advantage for Gemstone.
Yeah, and wow, look at that, the wrist lock still applied.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how often do you see a guy roll through when the guy's trying to reverse it? Many a time I've seen a man get out just through that means. Marcus Kross though with a counter, but Gemstone, tried and true basics there, reversing it. Throws him up. Marcus Kross, though, holding on. He went right back to it.
Yeah.
Separated for but a split second and went right back to grabbing it.
Excellent textbook wrestling out of Marcus Kross. And he knows what's necessary with that wrist because you can lead your opponent around the ring with that. But Gemstone trying to fight and break free, but wait a minute, look! He's still got it locked in.
He does.
Kross has got that wrist lock in there.
And that's what I was talking about with this Marcus Kross. That guy doesn't get shaken. I'm sure he's banged up right now. There's no way, absolutely zero way he didn't feel it. But his focus is incredible.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing now. And Gemstone trying to, out of desperation to get out of that wrist lock. Oh!
And a big shot to the side of Gemstone's head.
Yeah, but I think all that did was anger Gemstone. Ooh. Holy cow, going for that.
Incredible sweep of the legs. I'm surprised that took the big man down.
I'm not, man, with the martial arts background that Marcus Kross has.
And now he's cinching in the side headlock. He needs to find a way back to that arm. And Gemstone holding on right now.
Yeah, but, flip through, wait a minute, sleeper! Sleeper, does he have it completely cinched in though?
Well, he sleeped up on the back of the big man, trying to use his weight to wear him down as well. But grabbing a hold of the hair, just snaps him on over, goes to a side headlock of his own.
And a good side headlock takeover by Gemstone now. And I tell you what, this is what Gemstone has to do. He's got to ground Marcus Kross, because Marcus Kross's speed game could really upset Gemstone.
It could. But at the same time, high risk, high reward. You can't ignore the risk. That guy flies through the air with the greatest speed. He's so quick, but if he gets caught, Jem's the guy that's got the strength to turn him and plant him.
Yeah, I will agree with that point. Jem does have the power game. So Kross needs to be calculated of when he goes for those high-flying moves. And look at Kross trying to find a way to get out, but Gemstone's got that side headlock wrenched in there now. Kross trying to break free, gets Gemstone on the ropes. Kross pushing him off, and Kross goes straight down to the canvas. That's the power of Gemstone that we're talking about, Steve.
Gemstone taking a lot of time to address the fans. And I can't disagree with his disdain, but he needs to stay focused. Marcus Kross has had a lot of answers for everything he's had thrown at him. He's not a guy you want to take your eye off of.
Not at all. But Gemstone, it looks like, look at this point, he's in the driver's seat. As Gemstone calling for it again. Wait, downstairs is Marcus Kross. Speed here. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, he's got him up. No, he just got him with a head scissors. brings him down to the mat, catches him with an arm drag, going in after him, nails a pump kick, hits him in the face. Gemstone is rocked right now.
Yeah, this is the speed that I was talking about on Marcus Kross.
Flies in from across the other side of the ring.
Gets a bulldog off, Steve.
Picture perfect there. Drives him all the way down. Lateral press. Good press of the shoulders. But Gemstone too big, too strong, too soon to take him out.
Yeah, I mean, Kross is going to need to do a little bit of more damage to keep Gemstone down for the 3 count. And I think Kross knows it now because he's getting ready to go north. But taking his time is Marcus Kross.
Well, Marcus Kross, he's got up to the top rope now. We'll see what he can make happen here. Jumps off the top. That's what I was talking about, John. He got caught.
Yeah, and the power of Gemstone with that fall-away slam.
Fall away, more like throwaway.
Yeah.
I don't even think Jim was close to falling onto the mat by the time he threw him over the head. He just figured, you know what? He's about 5 feet up in the air, crashing down. I'll have a little lie down. Nearly got the win.
Nearly, but not enough. Gemstone's going to go deep to the well again here.
Jim taking his time, question that.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, you look at it here, Gemstone, he should have the experience to know you don't ease up on a guy like the master Marcus Kross. Gemstone with a closed hand there, though. Rings Kross's bell. And I tell you, Gemstone not above taking a shortcut or two.
I don't know if you'd call that a shortcut. I call that strategy. It's perfectly acceptable for up to 4 seconds. If it weren't, there would be a disqualification.
This is true. Oh! Collapsing the chest of Marcus Kross. But Kross finds a way to fight back.
Oh, he's fighting for all he's worth, but really, those punches on Gemstone, I mean, that's not a guy you want to trade blows with. Not that way.
And look at Gemstone. Good suplex by Gemstone to Marcus Kross. Gemstone going for the pin. 2 count, though.
Gemstone a little bit frustrated right now. I don't think he expected this to go quite the way it has. I don't think that he thought it would take quite as much as it's taken to take out Marcus Kross. Gemstone's very used to having his way in that ring. Very seldom does he find himself in a frustrating situation.
And Gemstone, though, I mean, he's just dilly-dallying, in my professional opinion, and giving Marcus Kross a moment to catch his breath.
Well, he about caved his chest in with that chop.
Yeah, Gemstone, gets one of his own from Marcus Kross.
Well, there's an answer for you, Jim.
Multiple answers.
But I don't think Jim cares. That's what I'm talking about again. Gemstone is not the guy that in even on situation you want to trade blows of any kind with.
Going for the pin is Gemstone. 2 count, though.
I'm not saying there are things in that ring that Marcus Kross doesn't do better. He certainly flies through the ring better. He may even have better technical holds. And his determination, brother, I'm not going to question that at all. It's next to none. But power, blow for blow, you don't want to do that with Jim. Not for a second, not for a minute, certainly not time and time again.
Yeah, and now we see it as Marcus Kross tries to break free.
And he tried so hard with those elbows to the midsection, but again,
yeah,
that kind of punishment, that's just being absorbed.
Yeah, that power of Gemstone is well documented. Wait a minute, Kross.
But he sent him up and over, but Jim's still on his feet, John.
Yeah, Marcus Kross, the risk taker that he is, getting there in the high rent district. Will it pay off for Marcus Kross? Does he got it? He does!
Well, he nailed that one, and Jim felt that. He flew from the top turnbuckle, and after he jumped, that might have been 20 feet down landing on top of Gemstone. That's a lot of mass times acceleration squared, bro.
Yeah, I tell you, Gemstone now in trouble after taking that crossbody from Marcus Kross. But look at this by Gemstone, just finding a way to fight out. And look at the veteran experience of Gemstone to roll in the ring and restart the count so he can continue the punishment on Marcus Kross.
And this is a shame for Marcus Kross. He took a big risk flying off that top rope. But unfortunately for him, he is the one who is, without question, worse for wear right now.
Yeah, that steal was unforgiving on the skull of Marcus Kross. As we see here, we're up to a 6 count. Wait a minute, Gemstone. Holy cow.
And Gemstone militarily pressing his opponent back into the ring, I assume. Oh,
no!
My good Lord.
On the unforgiving concrete.
Is he still fully cognitive? Is he still in this?
I don't know. I think that.
John, that's the kind of move that, quite honestly, that can end a career. The way he just threw him up in the air, I think he even torqued his head down a little bit. I think he may have hit face first when he hit that canvas.
I think he might have cracked a rib.
Excuse me, not the canvas, but the mat on the outside, which is not very thick, by the way.
No, it's
That's not even an inch thick between that man and the concrete.
And look at Gemstone. He looks like the cat that ate the canary.
Well, he is certainly pleased with himself. You cannot argue with that. Marcus Kross, he's got to hurry if he's going to get back in there, though. Thinking better of it, maybe he should stay outside.
Well, he does. Last second desperation by Marcus Kross getting in there. But
a little bit of encouragement from the ref, and I really question that. When the ref was talking, when he was encouraging, he should have been counting, because from where I'm standing, that was a 10 count if he didn't do that.
Hey, referee's discretion to check on the man, and he did.
To say you got to get back in the ring to win this?
Oh, my God, what a bear hug by Gemstone.
Well, Jim, he's mad now. He knows the match should have been his just a moment ago. But if your request, referee, is that Marcus Kross continues, then you're responsible for here on out for the punishment he endures.
Yeah, Marcus Kross, though, he needs to find a way. He might want to slap those ears.
Elbow very wisely coming down the top of the head of Jim. And a headbutt, that's not going to do him any favors.
But it does break the bear hold, which is what Marcus Kross needed.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the bear's still standing up.
Downstairs drop kick takes Gemstone off his knees, off his feet. Oh, what a kick by Marcus Kross.
Well, if ever there was a time to use your martial arts training, right now's the time. I would suggest maybe aiming higher and trying to knock him out, kick him in the head.
There you go. You must have predicted it, Steve.
Hook of the leg.
1, 2. Oh! 2 count there. Very close to 3. Very, very close to 3. As we're seeing here, Marcus Kross limping around, but having enough energy to know he needs to hit that top rope maneuver on Gemstone.
Well, he needs to hit a maneuver. The last time he went up top, it nearly cost him the entire contest.
Oh, my God, what an uppercut by Gemstone.
And unfortunately for him, once again, it does not seem to be doing him any favors.
No, it does not. Look at those forearms by Gemstone to the spine of Marcus Kross.
Jim going all the way up top, John. This is a nightmare scenario if you're Marcus Kross.
Oh, and Kross, anything at this point. And look at that. Kross is getting Gemstone down.
Well, Gemstone took a step down. Gemstone not out, though. Kross, though, he needs to do everything he can to get Gem off those ropes. He needs him not to be up there with him.
Look at that, weebling and wobbling. Down goes Gemstone.
And the headbutt paying some big dividends at this moment. But, my friend, you have got to climb up and nail him now.
Yeah, Kross is up there. Kross is calling for it. Kross has Gemstone right in Kross's crosshairs.
Well, Kross taking a lot of time while he's measuring him, but he nails the elbow drop.
That could be all.
He's got it hooked.
No! Wow. Wow. Unbelievable by Gemstone. I thought the diving elbow was the nail in the coffin of Gemstone. I am beside myself now at this point, Steve. Wait a minute.
Well, I think your wish and your hope is what you were experiencing there. Can't blame you for that, but all the hopes of Marcus Kross just got caught by Gemstone one more time, and the big man has him up. Powerbomb into the corner, hits the top turnbuckle, gets caught, and a release belly-to-belly suplex, and Gemstone who has given him so much punishment already. One more time, going for the big two.
No. Okay. Not a full-fledged cover by Gemstone, and that could have be the thing that cost him that pinfall there. Because Gemstone wasn't able to roll over on top of Marcus Kross. But Kross did exert a lot of energy to get Gemstone off of Kross's body.
And Gemstone, he's lying in wait right now.
Yeah, Gemstone looking for the gem spike.
Oh, and he is feeling himself right now. Look at the big man rocking back and forth, watching his opponent, his victim, if you will. Marcus turning around.
Oh, wait a minute.
He got hooked in a small package.
It's two.
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding me, John?
Well scouted.
Well, from the jaws of defeat, Marcus Kross snatching a victory here today. But right now, victory aside, he is in the middle of a war. And Gemstone is damned and determined.
Wait a minute, here comes G-Money. G-Money, he's had enough. Looking out for Marcus Kross. G-Money doing the honorable thing. And wait a minute, hitting him with the, oh.
Well, Gem slides out of the ring. G-Money attacking him from behind, though, but God bless his heart. If not for him, Marcus Kross might not be getting up today.
No, not at all. A little bit of a war of words between Gemstone and G-Money. And G-Money knowing that Kross deserves the respect. I mean, look at that. Gemstone going for the spike. But Marcus Kross had this gem spike so well scouted, he was able to get that pin on Gemstone.
Not to take away from what just happened, though, folks. Possibly the biggest win that I've seen Marcus Kross have in Ring Wars Carolina.
Yeah, this is a good one, and one I want to see again. We'll be back with the RWC Heavyweight Championship match.
Wow, we gonna show up. We can't know. Wow. RWC.
James Anthony with a successful title defense.
Whoa. Did I hear my name over here from my former best friend, Jonathan Darwin? I say that because you haven't really said much to me since I became the RWC Junior Heavyweight Champion this summer. It seems like since I've had a change in attitude, you don't talk to me no more. Is there a problem? We have beef or something now? We have heat?
Because I know you to be a better man, and this
That's
is
right. I don't even know why we're talking about that. What I'm here to talk about is what happened tonight. You see, I sat right here and told you all, if Hunter Raynor did not defeat me for that RWC Junior Heavyweight Championship, I would make him sorry. And I'm here to say, until I feel fit to have a true competitor challenge me for the RWC Junior Heavyweight Championship, there will be no more Junior Heavyweight Championship matches here at RWC. But I will say this, though. September 3rd, RWC is putting on a special event, Headlocked for Huntington's disease. The Pink Gang 2.0, we are challenging the Rustlers for the RWC Tag Team Championships.
Will James Anthony be a double champion on September 3rd? Come out live in Lumberton and find out.
It is main event time here in Ring Wars Carolina BattleGrounds. And coming to the ring, the Maverick Brady Pierce. College educated. Been on NWA USA, AEW Dark 7 times. Carolina Wrestling Association 2011 Rookie of the Year. 2013 Resistance Pro Wrestling Samuel J. Thompson Memorial Tournament winner. Former Renegade Wrestling Alliance Pennsylvania Regional Champion and potentially the next RWC Heavyweight Champion.
He's here to control your narrative. Weighing at 200 pounds, he is your RWC Heavyweight Champion,
And you know, John, you said a second ago this man potentially could be the new RWC Heavyweight Champion. But to do that, you got to go through this guy. Now, Fodder, here's a guy with momentum on his side. He's caught the eyes of everyone.
Yeah, a big part of Control Your Narrative. Won the championship from Gemstone at the 2022 Golden Opportunity Rumble. And I tell you what, look at all the matches we've called for Gemstone and some of the opponents he's faced. EC3, Moose, Weston Blake. I mean,
for Fodder, yes.
Yeah, for Fodder. I mean, Fodder has no problem stepping up when the time comes.
Oh, no question about that.
And that's what it's all about here in Ring Wars, Carolina.
Big opportunity for Brady Pierce.
Yeah, Fodder's first championship defense. And look who he drew, Brady Pierce.
Well, Fodder, he's not the kind of guy that's going to duck top-tier talent. He's the kind of guy that's going to seek it out.
Yeah, and I mean, who bigger a talent than somebody like Brady Pierce? Look at that. I mean, that upper body strength by Brady Pierce is almost matching Fodder's. At this point, it is matching Fodder's.
No argument with that. Both of these guys are very, very capable, very, very strong, very well conditioned, very hungry. They're even in almost every category. And when you got that going on, it's really hard to tell who's going to come out with the advantage.
The only thing I'm thinking about is Pierce has that reach advantage on Fodder. And that could come into play big time as we see this match continue.
Counterpoint to that, I think Fodder's a little bit more of a barrel-chested bastard.
That's a possibility. Yeah. And look at Pierce, though. I mean, how often do you see a wrist lock reverse that quickly from Fodder on somebody?
Oh, yeah, and he's guarding his control there. He has both arms firmly clasped, but Fodder with a roll through there, coming out with a torque of the arm of his own, transitions into a hammer lock. He wants to stand a little bit further behind there, make sure that Brady doesn't reach behind him with those big, long arms, and he does drop down, takes both legs out from under him, transitions back to his side headlock. And we're all the same on the mat, so no more leverage advantage here.
No, not at all, and Fodder knows that. But look at that, Brady Pierce able to get up just as quickly as he was taken down. And, oh my, using that chiseled physique and reverses the submission on Fodder. Fodder in a side headlock there, and hair pull by Fodder, not something you see every day out of Fodder.
I mean, you'll see it when he needs it. It's a wrestling hold.
Yeah, but look at the lower body strength and an arm drag takedown to the champion now. Fodder in trouble in the early goings of this championship match.
Pierce needs to set down on top of him a little bit more. A guy with that kind of size should be able to control him on the mat for a little bit longer. I think he may be taking Fodder lightly, or maybe he wants to look for a different position. Maybe his prime strategy isn't to wear him down on the mat. A guy that big, that stands to reason.
Yeah, but, telegraph by Fodder.
Kick to the head, that's a good start. Arm drag takedown, though, we're back to the mat. So we'll see where this one goes. I'm still not clear what either man's strategy is. I believe we may be in the feeling out stage of this one.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you're playing chess, you got those opening moves as you're trying to figure out your mid-game. That's where we're at this point, Steven. As Fodder tries to find some way to get the pace of the match in Fodder's favor. And we see Fodder now with a knee to the midsection. I tell you what, Fodder frustrated. And you're not used to seeing that. Fodder usually very well composed in these matches.
Oh, he's more than frustrated. He's mad. That's a guy who stays angry all the time out there. The mere idea of losing his title, that's going to light a fire under him. You're not going to see him smile until this thing's over. You probably won't see him smile then.
Yeah, I mean.
But you will see him hold his head high, because that guy is out there to go.
Yeah, what a swinging neckbreaker by Fodder now, going for the pin on Pierce. 2, no. Well, Fodder's angry.
Channel it and focus it. That's how you win.
A little bit of coaching there by Stephen Hensley to Fodder.
Well-wishing.
Well-wishing, yeah.
When I see a star, I want to see them succeed.
Speaking of stars, Pierce a star in his own right, being the stunt double for Ace Spade on heels. A good show on Stars if you haven't seen it. And now shoulder ramps by the champion to the solar plexus of Brady Pierce.
And that's a good strategy. Take away the core, take away the support for the rest of the body.
And that's what we're seeing implied by Fodder now. And Fodder getting counted there. He needs to get out of that corner.
Nice snapmare out of the corner. Runs in with a boot to the chest. Fodder drops down, lateral press. Good press of the shoulders, good control of the wrist there. Perhaps if he would have hooked the leg, he may have gotten it.
Yeah, and you hear Fodder barking the commands at Brady Pierce to stay down. Pierce is only going to stay down if he's down and out. Pierce is not going to stay down on Pierce's own thoughts.
Brady getting choked on the ropes right now. Fodder, that's a heavy boy to have his leg over top of you while your throat's on the rope.
Yeah, it is. Brady Pierce gasping there for oxygen.
Being pulled back to the middle of the ring by Fodder. He's cinching in a headlock there. With a guy like Fodder, that's as good as a chokehold. He doesn't need to compress your windpipe. He can constrict the veins on the side of your neck and put you to sleep.
Yeah, and I think Brady Pierce knows that because he's trying to fight out of it and is doing so successfully at this point, but
still gets sent down to the mat.
Yeah. Fodder needing to focus that hang and does with a leg drop to Brady Pierce.
Why does it have to be hate?
Okay, well,
a fire isn't always hate. A fire is sometimes desire. There's no one with more desire than Fodder. You always want to take him down to a negative. You always want to reduce him. It's guys like you that want to control a guy like Fodder's narrative.
That's not
I don't
true.
think there's room for guys like you in wrestling.
I disagree, Steven, and so do the fans here in Ring Wars Carolina. I've been here for almost 2 years now.
There are rules against guys like you.
And those rules would be?
Control your own narrative.
Oh, my goodness, Steven. And Fodder controlling the narrative of Brady Pierce as Fodder puts Brady Pierce into the corner.
Fodder going to send him out and across the ring. And you can feel the impact with which Brady Pierce met that corner.
Yeah, the Maverick in trouble now.
You can end it now, Brady. You can end it now.
And you can hear Fodder ask him, what you going to do now? And what does a guy like Brady Pierce do now? Things aren't going his way. He's still got a lot of size to him. But that size, bit by bit, moment by moment, it's going to start working against him. The more those muscles become fatigued, the more they're going to work against a guy that big. It's really, really hard to move that kind of muscle mass when you're tired, when you're wore out, when you're hurt.
And that's what we're seeing here. The power of Fodder on display as he gets charged the corner. But the experience of Brady Pierce gets Brady Pierce out of the way.
Nice pickup, drops him with a belly-to-back suplex there. Side suplex, if you will. And Fodder grabbing a hold of his back, so that accomplished its goal. But right now, Brady Pierce, he needs to get up, and he needs to make this work for him. And I mean seriously make this work for him. He's capable. It's his chance. Will he do it?
He's trying. Brady Pierce with everything. Block and punch after punch by Fodder as Pierce with a clothesline. Second one to follow it up. Wait a minute. What a power slam by Brady Pierce.
And right now, Brady Pierce looking like a god of war in the ring.
Brady Pierce may be calling for it.
He's turning him around. Nails the neck breaker.
Going for the pin here. Grapevine's a leg two. No. I tell you what, Brady Pierce, not for trying, tried to keep Fodder down for that 3 count. I tell you what, Fodder's in trouble. And that's not something you normally see here in Ring Wars Carolina, Steve.
Well, if you do, you see it briefly. And While I'm saying that, while Brady Pierce may have had the advantage for a moment,
wow, what a spine buster.
Just as I thought fortunes were reversing, Brady Pierce making it happen. 2 count. Nearly had him.
Yeah, 2.5 at that.
Brady Pierce, credit where it's due. He is sticking in this thing. He's not just surviving, he is thriving. Against any other opponent, he may have been able to wrap this thing up at various points in the contest. Fodder, though.
Wait a minute. Wait, Pierce has got him up for the top gun. Is he going to get it? No.
Nearly had him, though, but Fodder, such an animal, doing all the groundwork to prevent that from happening there. Easier said than done.
Oh.
And the referee stepping in the way, and that cost Brady Pierce.
Wait a minute. What's Fodder doing here?
Going for the pinfall. 2, 3. Fodder got him. He got him.
Here's your winner, and still your WC Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, but, I mean, come on. This was Brady Pierce's to lose. Fodder having to use the foot on the ropes to win against a man like Brady Pierce.
Well, John, I'm sorry to point out the only thing that really matters, and that is that the referee's decision is final. What the referee doesn't see, what he doesn't call, doesn't make a difference. So was it a winning strategy against everything you wish? Was it a winning strategy?
It was a desperation strategy by Fodder.
It was a calculated strategy to control his narrative. It was a calculated strategy to hold on to his title. You can't take that away.
I cannot.
Let it eat you up. Let it eat you up.
And with that, we thank you for joining us for more Ring Wars Carolina Battlegrounds. We'll see you next time.